Hello, this is Kathi Lee, Crafting with Kathi Lee. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am really excited to show you my first Ease Mystery Montage box from Scrapbooking with me. This box was formerly called the E-Club Kit, and honestly, these kits are made for everyone, no matter what kind of crafting you love. So, here's the box. And many of you know, if you've watched my videos, that I am a design team member for Scrapbooking with me. This is the box. I've covered up my address. I want you to take note of this beautiful butterfly over here. Each month, one lucky subscriber's box will be signed by Miss E. That box and that lucky person will get an extra little gift, which, oh my gosh, I think that's just the sweetest thing. Oh, and just so you know, AJ helped with the butterflies. So when you see this, it makes you smile, and you can also smile because AJ helped with it. All right, so let's take a look. First, before we open the box, we're going to take a look at this month's digital kit. And the digital kit is emailed to you when the box is shipped. So this month's is all about flowers. And look at these beautiful flowers. It's 10 pages, I believe. I did do mine back to back. Might be more than 10 pages. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I guess mine was 14 pages. So, anyway, this is this month's kit. It is flowers. I printed them back to back. And you can see they are simply beautiful. At the end of my video, we'll do something quick with these. I don't want to keep you too long, and it might take me a little bit to describe everything I have to describe to you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful flowers. And of course, the poppies. I absolutely love the poppies. And more beautiful flowers. Aren't they gorgeous? Each month the digital collection changes. Purple. I guess it's kind of a bluish lavender purple. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside so I can make something at the end of the video. I am going to pull this box, take the stuff out of the box because the box is going to open and hit my camera. So I'm going to pull this aside and take everything out of the box and put it right here. Set the box aside. Okay, so this comes with a little note, which is just really cool. I didn't expect it to have a note with it. Okay, Ease Mystery Montage Kit. A heartfelt thank you from our creative family to yours. Thank you for supporting Scrapbooking with Me Crafts and for welcoming Ease Mystery Montage Kits into your creative space. Welcome, kit. Each kit is thoughtfully curated with love to inspire creativity, build your stash, and bring joy to your journaling and paper crafting time. We are truly grateful to have you as a part of this community. With love and gratitude, Edith and the Scrapbooking with Me team. You belong here. Oh my gosh, I feel like I do belong here. Okay, it also says on the back, I'm not going to show you this because it does have a code that's exclusive to subscribing people who subscribe to the Mystery Montage Kit. Each month you'll receive a 10-page digital freebie. Like I said, this one was 14 pages, so I guess maybe at least 10 pages. Use your exclusive. There's a membership code to use to get a discount. And it's signed Blessings E, so I'll set that aside. And then it comes with one of these. Oh, yes. This is one of those really nice, meshy, laminated type plastic bags. I love these bags because I can put, when I go to a crop, not only can I put paper and ephemera and all of that in here, I can put tools. Like I could put my scissor and my punch and my tape or whatever. I usually have one, if I'm going for a weekend, I usually have one with just all my adhesive refills. Then I'll have one with all my pens and such. And then one, I like to set them apart by like ephemera for one kit. So I love this bag. I've purchased these before. They are not super expensive, but they're not cheap either. So I'm really glad to get another one of these. I'm going to set that aside. And then I think I want to tip this over so we can see from the bottom up. Kind of showing everything here. Okay, so we've got some plain colored, just a fairly lightweight paper, but these are big pieces. They're not 11 by, I don't think they're 11 by 17, but let's get out the handy dandy ruler and see. This paper is about 10, not quite, it's 10 3/8 by 17 3/8. So 10 3/8 by 17 3/8. I am not sure what size you would call that, but there's 2 sheets of that. The nice craft brown and this beautiful blue. That's the first thing in the kit. Next we have, this is like construction paper. It's got a little texture to it. It's kind of rough feeling, and that's a nice basic beigey color. 4 sheets of that. And then some graph paper, which is awesome. Those would work great in our junk journals or just our journals in general, or if you want to use it to design your project. 2 sheets of that. And then there's this beautiful print. It looks like a half of a 12 by 12, so a 6 by 12 piece. Ooh, I love that. Love it. Okay, so there's, it looks like they cut the piece in half, maybe. Loving that. I can see that would be a lot of fun. And then here's the next one, kind of a sea foamy green or bluish and purple. This kind of reminds me of the Aurora when it's nice enough to see. Okay, oh, I'm loving these papers. I don't know what collection these papers are from, but I'm really liking them. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so that's a nice assortment of these papers. Very nice assortment, along with the graph paper and the tan or light brown flesh color paper, and these 2 big sheets. That is a lot of paper, and I'm not done. So what do we have now? Oh, wow. This is like handmade paper. It almost feels like it almost has a cork-like texture. And it appears to have a little bit of shimmer to it. And it feels almost like a linen type corky texture. And it looks like there are 2 sheets of that. This one isn't quite so, yeah, it is. About, see that texture? Definitely looks like fabric, but it's thick. It almost feels, I mean, it's not super thick. It feels like a thin corkboard almost. Okay, let's see what else we have in here. Just kind of pulling stuff out as I see it. Now, one thing I do want to mention is these kits aren't all exactly the same. So my friends who subscribe might not be getting these exact same papers or the exact same colors. It gets harder and harder for companies to put together kits that are exactly the same for, say, 50 or 100 people, because it doesn't seem like the big manufacturers really ship those kind of amounts out to smaller companies, even some of the larger companies. I know it's, look at this one. This is a fun 6x6. I like how they kind of coordinate with these pages back here. So this is a really fun, this is, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boy, these are beautiful. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that is probably half of a pad or pack of 6x6 papers, and those are beautiful. So that's the paper. So let's set that aside. And then we have other stuff. Let's see what the other stuff is. Like a policy envelope. All right, we could do a lot with that. There are some green, like greeting card envelopes, and those are really a nice, almost like army green, but a little bluish to it. Those are cool. Then we have some recipe cards. I buy these same recipe cards. I like the colored ones, so I have these in my recipe box waiting to be used. So these will be nice for crafting. Then we have another one of those. Then we have garment tags for the dry cleaners. How fun are those? I've printed these off before, but these look like actual garment tags that the dry cleaner would use. Very cool. Put that aside. And then what is in this little packet? We've got some pretty, looks like a very sheer piece of ribbon in a kind of a same, almost the same color as those one flowers were in the printable kit. And a piece of braided rope. And then I love these unique bits and bobs. Then we have, this looks like there's twine or woven through. That's really pretty. And then we have this creation, which is a piece of sheer ribbon with leaves attached to it. Oh, what fun this is going to be. Okay, so there's my ribbon. Now let's see what's in this fun little, this other mesh bag. This one is actually not, it doesn't have the plastic, it just has the mesh. So let's see what we have in here. And this is a nice size for pens and such. So let's see, the first item is a beautiful bookmark. This is all in one kit, y'all. Some tags, there's a few of those in there. Let's just pour this out. Okay, whoops, don't lose it. Okay, so I see fun colored paper clips. I can never have enough of these. I love my colored paper clips. I have them in both sizes. Okay, and then we have some of the fine little bulb pins. I've never used these for anything but crafting, but my daughter informed me one time when she was house sitting when I was out of town. She informed me, because I don't do needle crafts, I don't do yarn arts, and she said, "Mom, why do you have stitch markers? Why do you have all these cool stitch markers?" I said, "I don't know. I don't have stitch markers." Well, these I guess you can use for stitch markers when you crochet. Did not know that. I let her have a few, but I told her not to take too many of any one color. Look at these. These are a sticker. How pretty is that? I think it's a sticker. No, it's just a piece of acetate. Very cool. There's two of those. I'm going to find out where to get those. Okay, so there's those, and then some giant buttons, some medium buttons, and some small buttons. And a pen. A Reminisce Gel Excel is what it says. Marvy. Oh, I like Marvy. Okay, let me find a little piece of scratch paper that I can write on. That won't get messed up too much. I think I used the back of this one. I use these for, let's see. I might have to prime it. Maybe I'll just use the back of this because I don't want to mess up in. Okay. Okay, now there's some ink coming out of it. So let's find a dark spot. Look at that. Very pretty. Okay, very versatile. It's white, so we can do a lot with it. Cool beans. I love it. Okay, so that's all the extra stuff in the kit. Now, let's put it all back in here. Try to do it without making. I like these two. How cool are those? Probably for a cover. Maybe I'll add those to a cover of something I'm working on. If you've watched my videos before, you know that I probably have at least 5 or 6 works in progress at a time, which is one of my downfalls, because then it takes me forever to finish them because I'm working on more than one at a time. Not the best plan, but it's what I do. Okay, so let's take a look back at the kit. We have our bag. We have that bag. We have all of these papers. We have all of these papers. And the envelopes, the index cards, the tags, and that. That was what I got in the physical kit that was mailed to me. And now let me show you something else. Okay, so I showed you the pages that were in the digital kit that was emailed to me, right? Well, there is another very special digital kit that I want to show you. This kit is one that you get when you subscribe. So when you first sign on for a subscription, you will get a special kit in the mail. So the one that was included this month was these girls. Okay, so when you sign up, whatever the kit is, I don't know if it's done monthly or just for a certain period of time. Currently, I believe this is still the one that you will get if you sign up for these Mystery Montage kits. Subscription, I should say. If you sign up, I signed up, I think, at the beginning of the month, maybe the end of last month, and this was the kit I got emailed to me for signing up. So, yours might not be this kit, but it'll be one just as special. This is the Darling Girls, I believe. So, look at these. I printed some of these on paper. How pretty are these? And I need to move that paper out of the way. So I printed some of these on paper and some on cardstock. I don't even know how many pages there are. I think there were 14 pages in this one, maybe. So, look at those beautiful girls. I think they're Darling Girls or something. I can't remember what they're called now. Sorry about that. And this was the freebie you get for signing up for the subscription kit. The one you get might be this, or it might be something different. Okay, so those ones I did on paper, and these ones I did on paper. And those almost look the same, but they're not. Okay, so I did those on paper, and then I did some of them on cardstock, single-sided on cardstock in case I want to layer our cardstock, or if I want to make something a little bit heavier. Aren't these gorgeous? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so these I printed on just regular cardstock. These I printed on that Hammermail premium white paper. And then these I printed on a photo paper, a matte photo paper. I think maybe Spectrum Noir. I don't remember what the company is, but you can get smooth matte photo paper. It's not quite shiny like glossy photo paper, but it definitely looks different. Can you see the difference? Can you see the difference? I don't know if you can. It's just a lot crisper print on these other papers. And I printed off these cards. How beautiful are these on this special matte paper. Beautiful, lovely, for sure. Oh my gosh, that hair. And those were in the kit I got just because I started my subscription. So I'm going to set those aside. Again, I don't know what you will get if you start your monthly subscription for the Mystery Montage, but I think it'll be well worth it because this one was amazing. Okay, so now, since I've got you here for a few minutes, oh my goodness, I'm making better time than I thought. It's only been 19 minutes. I thought it might be a little bit longer. I thought it was going to be a lot longer here, but doing pretty good. Okay, so now what can we do with this? Which one do I want to do? Which 2 pages do I want to use? think I like this one. It's on the back side of this one. I don't like the back side of that one with that. I want to find two that I like the front and back. One that I like the front and back together. That one might work. I think I'll do this one. I have an idea. Whether it's a good idea or not, time will tell. But for now, this is what I want to try to do. I'm just going to make a tuck-in for... Actually, I don't need to even cut this all the way. I can just make a pocket on this one, I think. So, I'm going to cut this across. I think I want it a little bit higher up. Alright, so I'm going to cut that. And I'm going to make this pretty pocket. And I'm going to distress it. Distressing kind of covers up if my printing was off a little. I did trim these down and took the white part off. That was left when I printed it because I didn't want to use that. This might be a tuck-in in a bigger project or folio, or it probably could even be given as a kit. So I'm just going to do that real quick. Fold that. I think I'm going to like it, but I'm going to have to trim this just a little bit because it's not quite straight. And it's probably either how I fold it or how I cut, because obviously it didn't quite work right. Okay, taking that down. Okay, so that's going to be my little pocket. Do I want washi or anything on it? I don't think so, so I'm just going to take my glue. Is that the glue I want to use? Nope. And forgive me because I often forget to put my lid on my glue. And, ooh, maybe I want that side. Okay, let's take a look. That side. I think I like there's some more contrast when I do it that way. So, just got to put my little bit of glue on here. Close it up. So this is my first box with this Mystery Montage subscription, and I am absolutely thrilled. I mean, like thrilled. I don't know where my bone folder is. Like super thrilled. So I think I want to use a piece of contrasting paper. Too bright. I think I'll do that for my tag that I'm going to put inside. So I think I want it maybe about there. I'm going to cut off, okay, I'm going to cut off about, I think, 1.5 inches or so. Not rocket science, doesn't have to be perfection. And then I'm going to cut off, I liked it down to there. Like I said, I wanted it about right there, so I'll go a little bit more. Maybe too. Hopefully I didn't cut off too much, so we'll try that. Okay. And then to make the tag, what I like to do is just take a chunk off here. And I know there's a great way to do that with that trimmer, but I'm not. Yeah, see, I don't like that. But, so I'm just going to come this side, that way it kind of matches. And then I do not like how tall that is. Watch out, get the ruler out of the way. Boy. If you're ever unsure of what you're doing and you feel like you can't do it, just watch a couple of my videos and you'll say, oh, if Miss Kathi can do it, anybody can do it. Because I am not about perfection. Okay, so I do that. Is it too big? It's a little too thick. So I will need to cut a hair off of this side. Oh, that doesn't even look straight. I guess it is. Or it look like. And I'll cut a hair off of this side, and we'll see. I might have to do another trim here. Better, but I'm gonna layer, so I better take another little smidge off of each side because I want to layer some other papers on here, maybe. Okay, so now what do I want to do next? Okay, so that is beautiful. So that's going to go tuck in there. But I do want to put some flowers on it. But what flowers should I put on there? That will kind of coordinate, but not. Let's see. I don't want to use the same ones. Oh, I can cut off those, fussy cut those little butterflies though. Don't want those in there peeking out. I want a big one. So one of those might work. I want something big. I think that might be too purple, too pink, too purple, too little, too little. Those might work. I think I might want that white flower coming out. Those two white flowers. So I will have to fussy cut. Or do I want those three? I think I want those. So put these aside again. Sorry, got the sniffles yet again. It's the story of my life. Sorry, something caught my eye and I wanted to know what it was. Okay, first of all, I said, notice I wanted to do this. I also want to round this corner, round these corners on the edges. And I do want to distress them. I don't know what I want to do with this back. It's pretty stark, but nobody's really going to see it till they pull it out, so I'm going to save. But I do want to fussy cut out these two little butterflies. I'll do that first. There's still paper I can save there because I can cut out that flower for something. So I'm just going to fussy cut my little butterflies. Sometimes I try to get the antennas on. These are pretty tiny. If I were doing a project where I needed them, I would either try to trim them out nicely or I would just draw them on. Not sure what I'm going to do. On this one, I probably won't even need it because they're going to go on a fairly busy print here. They're going to go on there. So I'm going to finish trimming these off. I hope I gave everything correctly in the description as I talked. If not, I will put a description again of the mystery kits, or an explanation of the mystery kits in the description of this video. Also, be sure if you shop, there is not a discount on the mystery kits, so you can't use my Kathi20 code, but you can mention in the comments that Kathi Lee sent you. It always makes me feel good when I find out that somebody told them that I sent you, because that is part of the purpose of a design team, is to bring people to the shop. And I appreciate everyone that does. I don't have a lot of followers yet on YouTube. I hit the 500 like I don't know, a few weeks or a month ago, so that was exciting for me. And now it's kind of held tight at that number. It seems like I grow 100 or so viewers in a fairly quick chunk, and then it stagnates for a couple months or more. And it really stagnates if I don't make videos, which happens quite often that I don't. So I think I'm just going to put these, and maybe I will form them around. Not big enough. So maybe I'll kind of form them, kind of bend them, so that they will go up on whatever. And I actually think what I need to do is I'm probably going to put a little foam dot behind the wings. So I'll put glue here and a little tiny foam dot there. Let me find my itty bitties. Okay, these are really small butterflies, so I'm going to need my really small foam dots. Can you see how small those are? There's like, I don't even know how many. Maybe the package says. There are 1,600. There are 1,600 little foam dots on this. How can that possibly be? That can't be right. I think it is. .12 inch. So they're tiny. Anyway, distraction there. See if I can get them off now. I've not used these in a while, so hopefully I can get them to come off. And I'm just going to put a little one of these. Oh my gosh, my nails aren't cooperating either. Maybe right there. See if I can get another one off. I don't know how I did this quickly before, but like I said, I haven't used this. I use these when I do some of the really intricate projects where you need to do like a lattice or a vine or something, and you want to do them three-dimensional, but you don't want to have to cut. Okay, so I've got that. Now I'm going to peel these off if I can. Oh my gosh, I don't want to peel off. There we go. I'm going to peel these off, and then right on the little body of him, I'm just going to put a teeny tiny bit of glue so he'll stay down. Maybe. Now my glue's stuck. Oops. Ah, that's not where I wanted it. Come back, come back. Okay, I have no idea if this is going to work because I kind of made a mess of it. I don't want that dot showing. So, put my little butterfly up there. See how he's up off now? Okay. I'm going to try to do the same thing with this one, hopefully a little quicker, because this is going to go on longer than I want it to. Longer than you probably want it to. 33 minutes. I was going to keep it at 30. So, not so good here. But thanks for sticking around if you're still there. If you stopped watching, then you don't know how long this video is taken, so it really doesn't matter to you, right? Okay. I don't know if I told you guys, I hate the sound of my voice when it's recorded. I don't mind the sound of my voice when I'm talking in a classroom or when I'm teaching a class or teaching people how to do paper crafting projects. I've never liked my voice like on an answering machine. I think I sound screechy and shrill, and I don't think I sound like that in person. Maybe I do, but I don't think so. My one friend, when I complained that I don't like to do videos because I don't like the sound of my voice, she said that she loves, and this is one of my besties, and she's definitely one of my crafting besties. She said that she likes the sound of my voice, that it's super soothing, and she could fall asleep to it. Now, is that a compliment? Because I'm taking it as a compliment, but maybe it's not. Maybe it means I have a really boring voice, but since I didn't think my voice is shrill, I don't know how it could be boring. Annoying, maybe. Boring, maybe not. So, I don't know. But, and I think I've gotten better over the years. If you watch some of my first videos from when I first started YouTube, I don't think I was able to really hold a conversation. I was really nervous. But I think over time with doing videos, I've grown to be worthy of my nickname when I was little, which was Chatty Kathi. And if those of you that are old enough might know that there was a doll back in the day, and her name was Chatty Kathi. And that was one of the only store-bought Christmas gifts that I ever remember getting. And looking back now, I would guess it was probably from charity. I don't think my parents, at that time it was just my mom. I don't think my mom probably could have afforded to buy me that special doll. But it was so funny because she pulled a string in her back and she said things. I can't remember even one thing she said, but she had like 5 or 6 or maybe more things that she said when you pulled the string in her back. Eventually, of course, she stopped talking. Well, first she started talking. She'd say, "Hello, how are you today?" or whatever she'd say. But then after a year or so of use, maybe 2 years, she'd go, "Hello." I mean, it was just this warbly, weird, kind of spooky sound. But I still loved her. And I had her for quite a few years. And I still had her even after my brothers decided to poke her eyeballs inside her head. I still loved her. I don't still have her though. I wish I did. I've looked her up online, and if you can find one that actually still works, they are pretty pricey. And I don't need one that bad. I have my good memories of her. But anyway, so once I got a Chatty Kathi doll, then my brother and my sister and my other brother and my other sister would call me Chatty Kathi. And they're totally not wrong. Even now, when I'm with people that I have things in common with, I can talk up a storm because I am definitely an extrovert. So I live by my mother's motto, and the motto many of you heard, there's no such thing as strangers, only friends I haven't met. I am that person. Okay, I think I want to put this one maybe like right here. Sure. I'll just do a little bit of the edges. I'm not going to worry too much about getting too much of it. And I'm not going to 3D this because it's going to go in. Wow, looks like a wild hand. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this one on flat down on it. And again, I want to make a bigger project with this if I don't get distracted by another project. I think I told you this in a video just a little while ago. I have no business buying any more kits, or even printing them. Even the ones I get for free, I should not be printing them. I should print them as I need them instead of saying, "Oh my gosh, the kit's amazing, I have to print every page. And I have to print that page 3 times because I'm going to layer it." Or because I have kits galore that I printed and haven't even had a chance to use. So, I think I'm going to grab these 2 here. Nope, I don't want those 2. Dang. I'm going to have to cut that guy. I'm going to grab these 2. That one. That one. Okay. So, let's see. I'm going to grab these. I'm not being perfect about the way I cut. I just am not going to do that. Just going to not worry about it too much. Most of this is going to be underneath until somebody pulls it out, but just have this idea of what I want on this tag, and this is what I've come up with. So if you haven't already watched my second video in the Kindness is Free collab that the design team is doing, I just put up the part 2 video of the project I'm making. There's a part 1 and a part 2, and probably next Sunday I will add in my part 3 video, which hopefully, I'm not making any promises, hopefully the 3rd video, working with the Kindness is Free collection, and for that collab, hopefully the 3rd video will be the final steps and me completing the project. No promises, because I might get sidetracked. So, I'm already bored with cutting this, and I love fussy cutting, but we shall see. Oh, I really don't want to have to get out an X-Acto, but if I'm doing it this way, I might. So, I like to do fussy cutting when I'm watching a movie or watching TV. But I can't watch a movie or watch TV when I'm recording a video. I can't read a book while I'm doing a video. I have been known to watch TV in the background while I'm reading a book. Especially if it's not that interesting of a book. Or not that interesting. Like, I like to put on a show sometimes when I'm reading. That's one I've seen before, so I don't really have to pay attention to it. But that doesn't always work either. Where was I? I rewatch movies. I reread books. If there's something I really like, there's probably books that I've read 5 or 6 times. There's also probably movies that I've watched many, many, many times. Right now I can think of, don't I have a little cutting mat? I don't have a little cutting mat. I'll have to grab my big one right here. My other one, it's not my big one. My big one covers my work desk. So I'm just going to sneak this in here real quick. Probably seen this one in other videos. And I'm going to find an X-Acto. And I should not be using an X-Acto unsupervised. My husband gets nervous when I use an X-Acto, because I'm kind of a klutz when it comes to a lot of things, including knives and X-Actos. So, shh, nobody tell him. And I can safely say that he doesn't watch my crafty videos. He has to see enough of my stuff when I'm so proud of it. And he'll say, "Oh, that's cool, honey." He humors me. There was... Okay, my gypsy wagon, the Graphic 45 gypsy wagons my friends and I made. He thought that was pretty cool. I mean, it had wheels and stuff. The wheels that we made with layers upon layers of cardstock. And then he also... I think he liked the suitcase that I never finished. I did a project with a suitcase. That the project went in a suitcase. That I think was Scrap Queen's project. And I never did get the final step done, which is lining the suitcase. One of these times when I'm bored, I will. Okay, so that's my quick look at that. I'm putting this on and I'm being very careful because I've been known to be in a hurry to put the lid on and end up cutting myself. Okay, so this, I'm going to take out my little scrap paper again, my scrap sheet, so I don't have to worry too much about... Oh, I didn't finish that, did I? Yeah, I did. No, I didn't. I didn't even finish cutting that. Really? That's it. Okay. So I'm just going to scuff up these edges a little bit. Sometimes where it's... See, that's why I like to put something behind it, because on some of these, then I can just do this rather than doing the edges. I am no expert by any means, but some of my things are time savers. Okay, setting that aside again. Put this aside, putting the lid on my ink pad, and then I'm going to figure out how exactly I want to place this here. I should have not placed that one down all the way until I was done, but I think that's gonna be it. because I am ready to be done with this little tag pocket thingy bobber. I'll probably find a sentiment. Maybe I'll use one of those ones from the Kindness and Free kit. All those pretty kindness, beautiful words. If you watch that video, you'll see those. I could use one of those on here possibly. Okay, so now I'm just gonna figure out how, not how exactly, just kind of how I want to place that. I'm just gonna put it there. Ta-da, ta-da. Rub it in. Punch a hole, maybe. Not gonna do an eyelet because I don't have one out. Again, sometimes when I do a hole, I just do that over the edge. Alright, now, do I have a piece of ribbon out and handy? Not really, not the right color. Okay then, what will I use? I'll grab a piece of this. What color is that? What I want to use. That's too fancy. I think I'm just going to take a piece of this just to put something in there. Just so I have something at the top of my boat. That. Ooh, I just hit one of my lights. Sorry about that, guys. And then I'm going to take a piece of this thread here. Just going to wrap it around here a couple of times. What am I doing? I am not really thinking this through today. But we call this flying by the seat of our pants. And that is what I'm doing on this one today. So I just like to put it tight there. If I can get it tied in a knot, I'll be done with this. Pull tight. No, not tight. Okay. Whew. I thought I was going to lose it. When I do it this way, then it can stay fairly flat. The ribbon can stay fairly flat. Okay, so that is my quick project with the collection that was included with the kit, the digital collection. Just going to make this. I'm not sure where I'll put this. I may add it to a page in a journal at some point, but it'll be ready to go maybe in my stash of stuff. And that is it. That was your look again at all of these fine items in the Scrapbooking with Me Ease Mystery Montage box. And I hope you like it. Go on over to the shop. Her link will be in the description of this video. Again, put in the notes if you do decide to shop that Kathi Lee sent you. If you're ordering the Mystery Montage box, you cannot use a discount. You cannot use my Kathi20 coupon code for a discount. There are no discounts on these. But if you're shopping for anything else, there's only a few things in the shop that you can't use my code on. So, thanks for visiting. Thanks for watching. If you watched to this end, God bless you. I don't know if I could sit this long and watch somebody do this. So, have a great day. Come back again soon. Again, I'll be posting part 3 of my Kindness is Free video. Go back and watch the other 2 if you haven't already. Have a great day and happy crafting.